Dan Matheny presents the Dynamic Window Manager and other Linux stuff. Greetings, I'm Dan Matheny. Today we're going to be talking about the Dwm Window Manager by the Suckless Group. And this is an awesome, great, spectacular window manager. The reason why I think this is great is you can expand on it, but out of the box it comes with some awesome features. Basically, I don't have a lot of patches. I just have 2 patches, and I think that there's so much I like about it, you know? It just runs smooth. Everything runs smooth, and a lot of things I just do with a command. You know, whether it's D, menu, or whatever. So, let me just show you a couple of these layouts I have. So, I just have, you know, the basic. I can go between here and the floating layout. So, you know, I can stack everything. I can just press this and move this over. It's whatever. So, you know, that's one layout I have. So I'm gonna put that back. And then basically, you know, let's go ahead and show you another layout that I have that I like. I just have the 2 patches I have are basically gaps and the centered master layout, which I really like. So, you know, and I can just switch back between the 2 basically. So just go back, and then I could just go like this just to flip between the last layout that I have. So, and that's basically my setup here at DWM. DWM Window Manager has my initials, DWM. So, you know, because my name is Daniel William Matheny. So, and I don't have a fancy camera, so I'll just throw in some cheesy effects here. Why I think that this is a good window manager. A couple reasons. If you like minimal, you're not using a lot of products, this is a great window manager. You know, you just want to have a couple things and that's it. I want to add maybe 1 or 2 more patches. I don't know yet. I was looking at patches, but guys, I really don't care about status bars. I mean, I would just put it up there because it looks cool, but I could just go on a terminal, type in htop, and it shows what I'm using right now. So that is good enough for me. So, you know, but that's how I'm feeling. I mean, it's at 759 megabytes, but that's because of everything I have running in the background. But, you know, there's probably better, there's probably worse, but when this boots up, this is about 220 megabytes when this boots up, and ICE Window Manager is about 247 megabytes. And, you know, Black Box is also around that, so is BSPWM. But this is only written in 2,000 lines of code. 2,000 lines of code. Everyone else has talked about this window manager. It's a great window manager. I had decided to put in more time since I had been tinkering around with things and different window managers and all that. I think that this is a really good window manager and that you should totally give it a shot. You know, I have PyComp running in the background because it's not going to mess with my stuff because I'm only using the basic items I need to record and put the video together with some fancy production. But yeah, I've been feeling under the weather. I have 2 hernias. You know, I have a cold on top of it, which has been very uncomfortable, but I definitely wanted to do a quick video on this because I think that it's not talked about more. But I'll go ahead and show you a couple different things that I got going on. So just go ahead and close this out and just do 1 terminal. But yeah, that's my PyCom effects, so I'll just go ahead and go to my config. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling under the weather. But anyway, I just did a little bit of customization, you know. One of the layouts I added, which you can do through patches, which is great. So, you know, I got my little setup, and this is a pretty easy window manager to install and configure. To me, it is, you know. And some people think Xmonad is easier, or other window managers are easier, but I do like Xmonad. It's just, you know, there's just one program that I can't get to work on it, but I really love this window manager. So it's really cool. It's really awesome. So, but I'm learning a lot right now. So it's one of those things. I'm learning a ton right now about different things, and I'm really starting to understand what shells are, even though like I knew how to configure things before, but really understanding how everything works is, I think, awesome, because then hey, you know what the problem is, or you know why something's not working. So, and I think with everything I've messed around with, it's gotten to this point where, I can just operate through a keyboard. Even though like I still use ICE Window Manager a lot, it's still my favorite just because of how many features you have out the box and how light it is. So that Window Manager at boot for me is 247 megabytes. When I boot up to the desktop, I have PCMan FM --desktop still running in the background with the icons, but I just have that for fun. I have all these menus on ICE Window Manager for fun that I set up just for the heck of it, just because I can. Even though I don't use it, I still just use the basic run prompt through ICE Window Manager, and I'll use Rofi, but on here I'm just using D menu. But really, it's whatever works. I'm going to show my other configuration. I don't really need an auto start patch. You really don't need an auto start patch for DWM. Running everything through the Exynet RC is going to be better. Okay. Since I'm still learning about the functions of the simple terminal, which is a great terminal, by the way, and I did patch it, by the way. I'm just going to bring up Alacrity. I'll eventually bring it, but I'll just go ahead and zoom this in really quick. So this is what I got going on. So I just have everything start. I noticed though with XFCE4 Power Manager, it wants that Xsession file. I probably could, fix that, but it's still a work in progress. But everything works fine though. I mean, X Screensaver works fine. Better, I probably don't even need this. I could just use X Screensaver and get rid of this. But I like having the screen dim, so that's why I like having it. Because that's the only reason, which I'm sure I could use something else for it. But I'm still learning, guys. I'm still learning. So I'm going to go ahead and quit out of this. But yeah. So I've patched the terminal. I haven't done anything with the menu yet. I've thought about doing a couple things with it, just because some patches I think would be useful, like seeing files I think would be useful. But if I get an app image or something like that, if I decide to, which I haven't, because in Arch Linux I don't really have to get a app image, because a lot of the programs I want are already installed. But if I did get an app image, I would just type in the path, since it's already an executable, in D menu and run it that way, which I don't mind doing. But and I can understand why people would want that to be, but I'm sure there are ways around that. You could just define it in DWM, in D menu. Sorry, still feeling under the weather with this cold and these 2 hernias. I think that if you're more of a minimal person, I think this is a great window manager, or a great way to go, because it doesn't come with a lot of stuff. You can easily add stuff, even though some patches don't always work. I've had that experience already with a certain patch for colors in the thing right here. I wanted everything to be a different color, almost like a power line deal, but it did not go well, and it didn't include it included a line, okay, but it wasn't complete. It was like an incomplete situation where it didn't quite want to show all the things. So I had went through with it, but I ended up having to reinstall everything. But there is something I've done for me, you know what I mean? And some people don't agree with it, but I'm not going to worry about that, because it's easy to uninstall DWM and install again. Okay, so I have my DWM folder right here, okay, with everything that's installed. But what I decided to do was place another one with everything already installed right there, because then that way when something messes up, I can just get that folder and go there, or I can just go into that folder and, you know, install, you know, recompile everything and install it through there, and be good to go. So, but that's what my experience has been, and you know, I can play my favorite game on here, like Doom. You know, I feel like it just Xorg and DWM coincide, or they just work together. Probably not explaining it right. You know, mine's basically just like a minimal setup. It's nothing special. But yeah, if you want, just for bonus, I could show you what this is. This is a script, you know, program, a script I did with Cal Say Moo and Fortune and Lola Cats, or whatever it's called. Let me go to my bash shell. Actually, see, that's the thing. I still like to play. I still like to use the GUI, even though I'm like minimal. So I'll just go ahead and show you really quick. It doesn't take long to do, and this isn't hard to do. So you could do this right now. I mean, it's not hard for me to do. So, you know, and this is a very, and I still need to work on my aliases and stuff, but you know, certain things you don't really have to define if you don't want to, but you know, I'm a basic guy, what can I say? So LOL cat, you know, -- spread 1.0, so you can change the spread. There's a lot of different things you could change about it. So I got all this piped together, and it's very basic. You know, I got my color for my prompt that I want to use right there, so that's basically how that works. I always still capitalize the cube, but yeah. And you know, I'm not really super particular about terminals anymore either. Like for a while it was like, I gotta use Kitty, and then I gotta use Alacrity, and I like ST, I like them all. I like all the terminals and window managers. I like Terminator, but I wouldn't use Terminator as my main terminal. If there's some really complicated thing that I can't see very well because I'm not feeling good and I need to copy and paste it, I'm going to use Terminator. But yeah, my health has been a problem lately, so in a way that's why I have this special effect on, just because I've been feeling the best. But I'm just thinking if that's everything, if I've covered everything. I think I have. Yeah, my tags are my name, so it's just what I wanted to use. I've used, you know, the fancy icon tags before with the awesome font and stuff with different window managers. And you know, I haven't recorded every window manager on video or all my stuff on video that I've done. I probably should, but there's people out there that have a million DWM videos. The one I'm putting up, I'm just putting up just because I feel like today. I hadn't done a video in a long time, so I decided to do a video today. And but there's a million DWM videos, there's a million BSP WM videos, there's a million videos of Xmonad. You know, all these great window managers. There's not a lot of ICE window manager videos. That's why I wanted to make an ICE window manager video. Or there's not a lot of videos on Blackbox, so I wanted to make a video on Blackbox. But you know what? Before I go, I'll tell you a couple window managers that are very lightweight. The most lightweight window managers this is number one. There's no lighter window manager than this window manager that has all the features, and this is like the best, lightest window manager you could use, hands down. Second is Blackbox. You know, and the up-to-date version of Blackbox that someone else has taken the time to modify and update is really window compliant, and you know, the 7.5 version works great with other windows, and you know, you can create a script for it to run from X session to whatever login manager you have. I tried that with a couple other window managers. That it doesn't work for them, but it worked for that. Spectre WM. That's also one of my favorite window managers. And these are pretty much all my favorites. But yeah, Ice WM and OpenBox. Features, options, everything that you can do out the box. Anyway, my favorites. With a workflow I created recently on Ice Window Manager, it's pretty much the same, but you know, I can use mainly the keyboard but use the mouse, but it's a good balance on how I have Ice Window Manager set up lately. But right now this is just, I don't know, for some reason I just gravitate towards DWM. But with everything going on also, you know, before I leave, I don't know how long it's going to be before I do a video again. Could be 2 days, it could be 2 months, because especially with how I've been feeling. But anyway, really cool thing, PC Man FM updated back in January 2021. That's freaking awesome. I love PC Man FM. Great file manager. I've been using Ranger a lot, you know, and I've been getting more into text editors and all that. Like I said, you know, from March 2020 to now, I've been learning a heck of a lot. I think for 5 years I was stagnant. You know, from 2015 to 2020, I was just kind of stagnant. Because it's like I learned stuff before and then I became whatever, you know. But kind of back in that groove again. But anyway, I need to end it here. I've been babbling a lot, so it's been a while since I talked to you guys, or you know, to people that watch this channel. I'm sorry, you know, I'm not young anymore. I'm not young as the other guys doing this, but you know, a lot of good Linux channels now. It's crazy. There's like 20 different Linux channels and FreeBSD channels that I like to watch, especially Robo Nugget, who does FreeBSD, and Mental Outlaw, and DistroTube, and Luke Smith, Brody Robinson. I'm probably gonna get his name wrong. I'm sorry. I'm tired. So, but anyway, I hope you guys have a good day and take care.
This has been a Dan Matheny production.